The next morning after breakfast, the boys would set off for Cook's Pond and to look at the viaduct that went over it. Nipper looked up at the bridge. "Is this a part of your adventure?" asked Nipper. "Yes, it is, but you and Sparks can stay down here. I have always wanted to walk on the girders under the bridge," Dreamer told Nipper. Bebe and Sweetman looked up and both said, "We're up for it, Dreamer." The three boys made their way up the steep embankment that led up to the railway line and began to climb the viaduct which spans the pond. Before long they were underneath and slowly walking along the girders under the viaduct. Sparks and Nipper were sitting by one of the overflows to the lake, which would fill the streams that ran through the woods. They watched nervously as their three gang members cautiously walked along the metal girders beneath the bridge. The boys started to get overconfident. Bebe was shouting, "Look, Nipper and Sparks, no hands." Just then a train came hurtling across the bridge, making the structure shake violently. In a split second, Bebe lost his balance and toppled over the side. The boys watched in horror, certain that Bebe was now facing certain death falling to the waters below. Then, to their amazement, lo and behold, Bebe floated back up to the safety of the bridge. Nipper rubbed his eyes in belief. Bebe and the other boys were visibly shaken and couldn't get off the viaduct quick enough. They were in such a hurry they tumbled down the embankment in an uncontrolled descent, slipping and sliding with a look of panic on their face. Once at the bottom and back on their feet, they ran over to where Sparks and Nipper were still sitting in a state of shock. After sitting for a while and gaining their composure, Nipper said, "All right, what's going on, Dreamer?" Dreamer looked at his friend with a guilty look on his face. "I honestly didn't know she was real. I thought it was just a local rumour." "Come on, spill the beans, Dreamer," said Nipper. "Okay, well, when my mum was a little girl, there was an old couple who lived with their only daughter 3 doors down. Her name was Maggie Harmond. She was a very kind lady and cheerful. All the local children loved her and called her Auntie Maggie. She never married and spent her whole life looking after her elderly parents. Then her father died unexpectedly, and within 6 months her mother was gone. They say she died of a broken heart. Maggie had no one left. Can you imagine how devastated she must have been? She was said to have been in her 50s. No husband, no children, and a house full of sad memories. As she saw it, no future. After about 6 months on her own, she left her house early in the morning, walked down to Cook's Pond and just threw herself in. The postman found her floating face down in the water, said Dreamer. "Okay, what else didn't you tell us about this weekend?" asked Nipper, now realising something had been kept quiet. "Okay, I will come clean. There is a second place I want to visit. It's an abandoned railway line called St Margaret's Loop. It's supposed to be haunted by a little Victorian girl, and I thought we could go and explore it." "I didn't realise there was a ghost at Cook's Pond," said Dreamer. "Oh, blimey, All we need is a van with the mystery machine painted on the side and a dippy Great Dane we could call Scooby-Doo and his gang," said Nipper.